Howdy folks, and welcome to Brain Rotters. We got a new Venom 2 trailer, and there is a lot more of Carnage to look at here, and tons of Easter eggs, so we're going to be breaking it all down. First, we see Eddie riding in on a different motorcycle from the one he had in the first Venom film. What's interesting about this is that Eddie had a Ducati motorcycle in the first film, and clearly he's stuck with the same brand, which proves that the filmmakers are remaining consistent with Eddie's character. The following shot shows Eddie crying. I believe this scene to be the scene after Eddie finds out that his girlfriend is getting married, given that he is wearing the same jacket in both scenes, kicking off our subplot of Eddie trying to win over his ex-girlfriend. Even the trailer song, Is The Loneliest Number, is even that of a breakup song. We can see that on the other side of things, Venom is getting restless and can't handle that Eddie being in control, but since this version of Venom is based off the Lethal Protector storyline in the comics, that's when Venom finds a way to separate himself from violent tendencies and start to help people instead. That's a character arc that this film seems to be likely exploring. You can see all these cells where it's clear that there are more symbiotes being held hostage, and by my count, we can see 11 new symbiotes. This one in particular is Scream from the comics, who can produce those sonic vibrations from her mouth. This room with all those cells seems to be the same one where Carnage then destroys later in the trailer, thus breaking out all the symbiotes there. Now, where we pick up with Cletus Cassidy in prison is where our trailer takes us next. It seems as though our movie picks up right where we left off in the last one, where Eddie is invited to meet Cletus, played by Woody Harrelson, meeting Venom 2 takes place in 2018 still. Thank God they also got rid of that awful red wig too. Speaking of Cletus, we get to see one of his crime scenes that landed him in jail. My guess is that since we see a body bag being carried off over here, then behind every blue tarp is a mutilated body that Cletus killed. Speaking of, you can see on Cletus's drawings that it says, "To thee the strife was given between the suffering," which is a quote from a poem called Prometheus, a poem that explores a character that believes in resisting authority that he deems tyranny, meaning he sees that the authorities in everyday life are people to overthrow. You can also see between the drawings the orphanage that Cletus is from, which we saw him burn down in one of the trailers, of which he actually burned down in the comics too. Obviously, the inclusion of the Daily Bugle can warrant the likely inclusion of J. Jonah Jameson and finally connect this franchise to Spider-Man, of which there was a set photo saying "Where is Spider-Man" on the Venom 2 set on a bus, which means that the universe has Spider-Man in it, even the one who is currently on the run in No Way Home. Otherwise, why would they be saying "Where is Spider-Man"? Meaning, at least we will get J. Jonah, if not, then actually see Spidey finally with his arch nemesis Venom. It seems that Cletus gets his symbiote from biting Eddie Brock's hand and ingesting a small version of the Venom symbiote, only later the chemicals that were supposed to kill him then enhance that symbiote, turning him into Carnage. Similar to the comics, Cletus gets the symbiote in jail when Venom leaves behind a small bit of the symbiote. Hey, you made it this far, you might as well subscribe if you're new, as well as hitting that bell for notifications so you don't miss another video just like this one. You can see behind Carnage here in this room that there are lots of scaffolding surrounding a building that is under construction. Sound familiar? Because last time we saw Venom in any movie before this franchise, his final fight took place in Spider-Man 3 in a building under construction with scaffolding. So here's our movie paying homage to that. We then get a lot more of Carnage's look, and I love that they are sticking to the comic accuracy where Venom is buff and Carnage is wildly skinny. Gotta love that comic accuracy. You can see this really sadistic shot of Carnage literally savoring the kill, meaning you can see Cletus is very much different from Venom, where Venom is quick and doesn't waste time when he kills, and Carnage has Cletus's murderous tendencies where he enjoys the kill. In this fire here, you can see Carnage is discovering that fire is the weakness of the symbiotes, which either means Carnage will find out how to resist that weakness, or the movie will have to find a different way to kill off the big bad to separate itself from the first one of how they killed Riot using fire. Personally, I can see Scream maybe betraying Carnage and using her sonic vibrations to get rid of the Carnage symbiote. This shot here of Scream in a car, which is Cletus's car, means it's likely that Carnage and the Scream symbiote will have a Bonnie and Clyde relationship in this film, the pair even being seen together here burning down the orphanage. You can see Carnage here doing the same thing Venom does when talking to Eddie, meaning Carnage isn't just Cletus Cassidy, but he has a personality that we will get to see on screen too, with Carnage talking freely and all, which will be interesting to see what his personality will end up being. Thank you all so much for watching. What do you think of this breakdown? What did I miss? What did you miss? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments section below. I want to thank you all so much for watching and have a great rest of your day. And thank you all so much for the massive support recently. So appreciated.